So, hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another international Watchalong international break. England versus Albania, or Albania versus England. Well, technically it's Albania versus England because Albania are at home. Bit of a better fixture for England, a better test from they're going to face today. They should still win, but it'll be a better test than San Marino. We played the other night. We won 5-0, had 30 shot, made 5 on target, and all that malarkey. First of 2 live streams here on YouTube as well, back to back. Obviously doing a watch along now. I'll also be doing a podcast with myself. Melvin's back as well, representing Arsenal. We've got a couple of Newcastle fans on, Rose, Everton fan, and Daniel, a Man United fan. Have a bit of a chat, a bit of a catch up, basically, because we haven't actually come together and done a podcast since before the season just started, basically. So it's a bit of a catch up, especially going into now what is going to be the last knockings of the season. So it's going to be I thought it'd be interesting to sort of not only talk about Arsenal, get the perspective from an Arsenal fan's perspective, but get it from rival fans and other fans' perspective, and also give our thoughts on their perspective. Have another bit of a laugh as well, basically, as we always do. But yeah, literally, England are about to kick off, getting back into the game itself. A few changes from the other night against San Marino. You expect Harry Kane's back with the armband as well. Calvert-Lewin can drop to the bench. Foden's starting, so that means Lingard's been dropped as well. Mings being dropped to the bench. And yeah, I mean, Walker's starting at right back and left back. It'll come to me in a minute, but yeah, Sterling's obviously still starting. Maguire's starting as well. And yeah, we're about to kick off. England in white today, which makes no sense of England. How is it in a home game against San Marino? We wore our away kit on home turf with a home team and everything. Yet today, we're away and we're wearing our home kit now. Oh dear. Just waiting for the ref to blow the whistle and we'll be on the way. To be honest, I wouldn't be watching England. I don't really like international football, especially with England anyway. It's fucking dull. Especially at the Southgate, but fuck it. Haven't been able to do much this weekend because of having a wisdom tooth, or one of the wisdom tooth taken out, and we're underway, by the way, on Friday. So I couldn't do anything Friday, couldn't do anything yesterday. I thought no real pain today, so I thought, you know what, do streams to sort of make up for the lack of content I've been giving you guys this week. Also, if you do want to join me on the stream, just let me know and I'll send you the link as well. Oh dear. And yes, I am now drinking through a straw because of my wisdom tooth being taken out. I have to until Wednesday. That'll be fun. Oh, pull over the top there. Again, Kane is very, very deep. I mean, extremely deep. He's literally in the midfield. He's just got underway. Just hit the minute mark now. And he is literally going to be the striker, and he is standing in the midfield as we attack. That's it. Luke Shaw's painting the back. That's it. Oh dear, Mason Mount also. Yeah, that's another one. Mason Mount start as well. Right, let's go over to here. Of course, on my phone wants to play up on my phone. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Also, if you watch this on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, or on Periscope as well, follow the respective platforms you're watching it on, but also come over to YouTube if you're not watching it on YouTube. Come hit the big red button, subscribe button, basically, and yeah, a lot more content coming, especially now the Premier League's coming back as well. So I'm already know what I've got coming with the return of the Premier League. Obviously, got tonight, and then we've got Wednesday when England play again against Poland. And Premier League wise, I've got the preview on Friday. That's your Watchalong on Saturday. Again, Melvin, I'm assuming will be back for that. Then doing a review because it's the late kickoff on Saturday as well, 8 o'clock kickoff. The review will be on the Sunday as well. Review and playbacks will be on Sunday. Myself and a couple of the guys will go for the game, go back through it all, no matter what happens, basically, and just give our play ratings as well. And it's gonna be the thing is that with it going forward as well, in terms of the Premier League Arsenal content, in terms of reviews, if it's a late kickoff, like an 8 o'clock kickoff, or Thursday midweek, the review and play rating will be the following day, as soon as possible the following day. But if it's like a early kickoff or midday or 5:30 kickoff, whatever, then the review will be on the same day. It'll be literally an hour after the final whistle goes. And as the Premier League comes to an end, I've got content ready for the Euros as well. Assuming that does go ahead, and obviously we don't get another wave between now and then, because obviously we get another wave, because we're co-hosts of the Euros. If we get another wave, the tournament and our side of things can't go ahead. And I doubt it. Well, I'll say that last minute, best of luck. I've delayed it by years. So it's either delayed completely or bin it off completely, basically, or bloody we'll just get given the boot, basically. And we have a Euro 92 situation, sort of, in the sense of we'll have to be dropped out as host and actual team, one of the teams itself, and the team that can come and compete and co-host it will then be brought in. I.e., when I refer to 92, obviously Denmark didn't qualify, but due to political reasons, I believe, one of the teams had to be dropped out at the last minute, and Denmark were first team out of the hat, basically, to take that place. And we all know what happened then. They went on to storm that competition. Oh dear. Ugh. Anyway, 5 minutes into the match, as you'd expect, we're having all the ball. Well, Albania are allowing us to have all the ball. We can do nothing with it. And now I say that Albania now got the ball in the attack, and he slipped over. Of course he did. Now we've got the ball back. Yay! Oh, on the attack now. We go. We're going to do this. Nope. But who was that? That's a poor pass. I think that's Walker. Cut back from Walker there. I was pissed. I think it was him as well, but piss poor. And then very lazy. Because he didn't even look up properly. He just went, oh, boom. And the defender's gone, okay, thank you, and got rid of it. Now Kane's at the wing, of course. Kane's the striker. Why is he out on the wing? He's the lone striker in this situation. In the England setup here. If how Southgate goes, he goes with one striker. Kane's that striker. He's captain for some reason. And yet, he's out on the wing trying to cross the ball in, and he's also the only aerial threat we have in the attacking sense. Makes perfect sense, eh? Oh dear. Sort of bloody straw out. Keep poking up at the glass. Oh my days. Turn my phone off, this to do my head in. last couple of days, it's fucking. Someone's been dodgy around because every time I go out, basically walk back through the door and someone's trying to hack into my phone. It's local because it's the same fucking email keeps trying to hack into my phone. I'll take over the settings of my phone and all that. No matter what I do in blocking it, it keeps coming fucking back. It's pissing me off. And also, there's also all coincides with fucking people moving in, not next door, but one on that side, behind me there. Basically, since it's only happened, it's only been happening, as in someone trying to get into my phone since I bloody, since they bloody moved in. Since the day they moved in, I've had someone trying to tap into this and basically bunk off the Wi-Fi and everything else. I'm like, fuck off. I'm having to fucking block it. It's constantly the same email coming up every time. It's actually genuinely pissing me off, especially when we're in a national lockdown. And it seems like they are doing PT sessions basically from their garage in a national lockdown when no one's meant to be leaving their houses, basically no one's allowed to be going to someone else's house to do anything. No, none of that's allowed until legally till the 12th of September. 12th of April, sorry. No, fucking I haven't again. It will be 12th of September, but 12th of April, sorry. So at least I have a couple of weeks left. It'll be 7 days tomorrow, so 8 days. Another 8 days until they can legally do things. You can legally do things like that. But hey, what do I know? Oh, the corner, and he fucked it. Harry Maguire. No John Stones. Fucking flying through the end, heading it into Rose Ed, basically. Oh, big up Brownie in the chat, by the way. Yep. yeah, I've made it, yeah. So much. What's bizarre is it was an out of context AFTV, basically. Twitter account, Brownie, and basically they clearly got someone subscribed to your channel and the clip without going to clip up that clip and use you as an example to look for Robbie, basically. Oh dear. Yeah, it gets your fucking channel out there though. Only thing is they did say you're a Swansea fan, basically. Even though you're not. But yeah, do your research. But it gets your platform, gets your channel out there, so in that sense, if it works in a positive sense, you can't really complain, can you? If you get new people coming to your channel and subscribing to it for the right reasons, there's no issue with it, is there? But yeah, that's really hacking me off for fucking. We're moving, and then within literally a day. They're literally in their it's clearly in the garage because the fucking garage, you can hear the music go off on one in the garage, and people are coming and going in their gym gear in and out of the house every day. 3 or 4 people every day do a few hours and go off, and then someone else comes along. I'm like, hey. But hey, when the law is not being policed properly, and also the people that put the laws in place aren't following their own law anyway, people are going to do that. So even though it does piss me off that they're doing it, they're falling into that trap and going, "Oh fuck, if they can do it, we can do it," sort of thing. I can't really blame them because the powers that put these laws in place don't follow their own rules anyway. got a corner to England. Foden going to be taking it. See if we can do something better this time. Ball's in and crap. No one really attacked that. I think Declan Rice tried to attack it. Everyone else has still got fucking statues. Like the balls went to go to them, and now Albania on a counter attack. Here we go. Passing it. Oh, is he going to do it? Almost an embarrassing counter attacking moment, or basic moment in general from Albania. Would have been inflicted on from Albania with Fort Luxembourg beating Ireland last night in the last 10 minutes was a shock and an embarrassment as well. And we rolled into one. That would have been embarrassing, considering for the last 13 minutes we've, as I said, England have had all the ball, they've had all the possession and done nothing with it. Had a few attacks, but yeah, and now fucking John Stones is doing things again. Basically, John Stones literally just had the ball there and he went to clear. Instead of just going straight down the line, basically to the midfielders, that's attack. He's just gone whack and curved it into the striker's head, and luckily it just bounced back and someone, the England player, was there to pick up the pieces and get rid of it. Fucking hell! And all Jonathan Stones this season has been getting massive praise for his the way he's sort of bounced back from the criticism and his performances as well, but getting back into the Man City team, because it looks like he was all but done at Man City and this, that and the other. Even before this game, they all hyped him up, and then he's to do things like that. It's like, oh, here we go again, sort of thing. And why? Kane, you're not a winger. You're the striker. Why are you out? Why is our wingers not at the wing then? And you're going to take a throw now, yeah? You're the aerial threat to this team, and you're going to try and take a throw. Fuck off, you idiot. Oh, big up to the Arsenal ladies yesterday. Arsenal women's team, North London derby at the shithole as well, the newly polished shithole, and the girls went there and done the job. 1-3-0. Absolute peach of a volley as well from Van der Meijden. At halftime, I will get the clips up from Twitter, sorry. And put from Arsenal's the Arsenal women's account and put them up there for you. Corner in. Grab. Goal kick. Yeah, fucking hell. 3-0. Called it as well. I said it would be 2 or 3-0 the night before. Someone put a tweet out asking what score predictions and all that. If we're going to the right attitude, going by our performance, we've played them up till yesterday. We played them already 3 times. Twice in the cup, FA Cup, beat them. I think 4-0 in the end. I think 4-0 in the FA Cup, 6-0 or 6-1 in the league, and over 90 minutes drew in the Women's League Cup by beating on penalties. So I basically put a tweet out saying if we go in with the right attitude and actually have that desire to win, we'll win the game 2 or 3-0. And what happened? We won 3-0. So I'm taking the W there. Sorry. Again, I'm sort of disappointed that obviously having the wisdom tooth out on Friday and having to have Friday and Saturday off because pain and all that in the ag, and I really couldn't really talk because of the pain. That I couldn't do a watch along for that because I was thinking of doing a watch along for that initially, but obviously correlated with the dentist at the appointment, and yeah, it's what it is. There'll be other games, don't worry. Especially now, Sky bought the rights. Sky BBC, mostly Sky though. I think they debated it's out of partnership, but Sky get most of the games, and whatever they don't show, BBC will be showing them basic live games as of next season. So it could be a lot easier to fucking get the games, basically. Cover the games on this channel as well. So there's content. I'm already again thinking ahead of the next season and doing more, because again, I do watch women's games. I may not cover it. Obviously, I don't really cover it on this channel because it's so hard to come by if it's not on BT, it's so hard to find a decent stream to find certain games. And sometimes the games do collide with the men's game as well. Like kick-off time as well. But I'm already thinking ahead for next season. With news like that, I'm thinking ahead. Even if it does collide off, there's things you can do and this, that and the other to work around it. So it doesn't be a hindrance, basically. Brandy, you sitting in the chat, by the way, just asking. Oh dear. Oh no, because I feel it's enough, buddy. Let's have a look, see if it's working now. Bloody Wi-Fi. Yep, it's working, cool. Wrong phone. Wrong hole. Oh dear, this is a fun game. This is what I'm saying. I can't. This is the reason why I can't stand international football. And sort of add to it, why I can't stand Gareth Southgate as England manager, because it's so fucking dull. Growing up, watching England wasn't such a chore like it is now. I mean, look at the talent we have as well. I mean, we had talent back then. It's Gerrards, Lampards, Scholesy, Beckhams, Owens, Wayne Rooney coming through, etc. But not to the extent of what we've got now, especially in that field of attack, which is going a waste of a manager like Southgate, massively. I mean, playing two holding fucking midfielders against fucking Albania. Oh my days! I mean, everyone's sort of heaping praise on our performance against San Marino. It's San Marino, for a start, one of the worst teams in FIFA rankings. Arguably the worst team, actually, I think, in the rankings itself. They would have had 30 shots, but yeah, only 5 goals. And how many of them 30 shots, attempts at goal, were on target? So that's what I don't get carried away with them sort of games. Even though I was planning to do a watchalong for that game, but at the end, last minute, I decided instead of just going, seeing a routine 5 whatever goal, how many goals win. Yellow card to the Albania defender there, number 18. I'm not going to even try and pronounce his name. Put it that way. But yeah, he goes sliding on fucking that. Jesus, good thing he had shin pads on, put it that way. Because the ball had already gone, basically. His teammate made a challenge already, but he's gone full on, bang. Studs up, and basically, yeah, it's a good thing they weren't shin pads, that's all I'm saying. Because of sheer force, they could have been gone, basically. But England got a free kick on the edge of the D, basically. So let's see what we do here. I'll say in the D, actually, but I'll probably put it on the edge of the D. Harry Kane standing over it along with Foden, but Kane will take it. And Kane will either, if he's not on target, he'll either smash it against the wall or it'll go over. See, if you're the joys, I'm full of the joy when it comes to international football. Here we go, England. How we go? You fucking idiot, Harry. What? I told you. What did I say? Is Harry Kane being booked? One sec. Maguire. Fucking idiot. Kane's an idiot, but Maguire's a bigger idiot. Basically, free kick was taken for anyone's not watching, and basically, not only did Harry Kane hit into the wall anyway, but Albania on the attack. Harry Maguire was part of a 3-man wall to put off the defensive wall for some. Decides to curl up in a ball, go down like that. It's ricocheted off the wall into his hand, and he's been booked for it. Fucking idiot. How is he Man United captain? How is he Man United a Man United player, let alone England player? Fucking hell. As I was saying, so I was planning to do Watchalong on Thursday for the England San Marino game, but I was just literally with Friday morning in mind. I was like, nah, not worth it. I go and have an early night, literally, because I just didn't have that motivation to do it because it was going to be a routine win. There was no real threat of it being anything different other than us winning 5 or 6-0, whatever, as we saw. So it's just like, do I sit watching the game with you guys, knowing it's going to be a routine win, nothing exciting, nothing to really get excited about because it is San Marino, with all due respect, or do I just, as I said, have the early night, chill, of my own leisure, basically, and just give you content over from today onwards, basically, double shift today, and more content throughout the week, going back into the Premier League return, and obviously Arsenal v Liverpool. Fun at the Emirates. Wish it was at Anfield, to be honest, at the moment. Way Liverpool playing at Anfield at the moment in the league. Wish it was there. More chance of winning. The fucking irony. We fucking play them, start the season, get beat. Everyone else, halfway through the season, they go for a fucking brain fart moment and everyone's beating them left, right and centre at Anfield. Comfortably. Oh, dear. Do put comments in the comments box, by the way, and I'll put them on the screen, ask any questions, whatever, about this game or what's coming for the rest of the season, whatever. Just put them in the comments in the comments box, be it on Periscope, YouTube or Facebook, and I'll put them up on the screen and I'll answer the question or comment, whatever. God. I'm a glutton for punishment, I know that. Oh dear. Oh, ball in. Sterling gets. Oh, fuck it. Why does Sterling turn off the afterburners? For fuck's sake. That does piss me off. We've got all the pace and got that sort of pace and skill that he has at his disposal. He just goes, nope. Put the foot on the gas and half go. Twitter. Send. And yeah. Paddy Power taking the piss now. Someone just retweeted a tweet from Paddy Power basically saying Harry Kane's to Cristiano Ronaldo up free kicks. If you don't, obviously, you don't live in the UK, you don't know what Paddy Power is. It's a betting company. They do take the piss, basically. The whole point of their unique selling point of being a betting company is to take the piss out of players and clubs and this, that, and the other. Go on. Oh, for God's sake. Good defending there. No, again, Albania's number 18, but the ball back. Quick free throw in. Foden, what's he doing? Oh, poor touch there, but another throw and Walker's got it though. Is he going to throw it to Calvin Phillips or Foden? No, he's throwing it all the way back to Maguire. Rice, back to Maguire. 4 past Maguire, the fucking idiot. Oh my days. And then Luke's just fallen over the place, and Pope just saved everyone's fucking ass by coming and collecting the ball, because if he didn't, it could have been quite easy 1-0 Albania, with a striker coming front, the attacker coming in to tap that in basically. England back on the attack. Walker. Pass it. Yep. Back to Foden. Phillips to Stones, I think. And then Maguire to Walker. Come on. Go on, Mount. Come on. Do something for fuck's sake. Clear this tippy-tappy pass crap. All the way over to Sterling. Oh, for God's sake. Free kick though, but still. Liam Roberts in the chat, did you send hate? Nope, I did not. Again, I did address this when it was all going off. When I found out actually that he was making up rumours about me buying subs on my channel when it's not true and I don't have evidence, I politely addressed him and asked for an apology, because I know I haven't bought it. I don't buy subs. Everything I've done in this channel, all the subs I have are genuine. It's all down to me grafting my fucking arse off. So I politely went to his channel, asked him why he's saying this and making things up. And instead of coming back to me and owning his mistake, him and others decided to basically form a little clique, a gang, and go, "You're bullying him. You're out of order. How dare you address him, even though he could be lying? We don't know." Da, 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 da. That's giving him time to make up a load of crap. But it's again, when I say make up, he literally went and made up a screenshot of someone else buying bots, and then you could tell he's just put my name over it. You could literally tell, because I've been shown it. I've been shown the image. You can clearly see it. So then it got to a point I was getting abuse all over the place from, again, people that used to be regulars on this channel, just because I'm of an age where because I'm a certain age and he's a certain age, I'm apparently bang out of order. So never address him. Sort of allowed him basically to continue making up the lie, basically, and spreading that lie. Suddenly, also, amongst all that, I'm then getting accused of having multiple accounts when I don't. Again, I only have this one account for this channel. That's it. I've been accused of having multiple accounts, and I don't. Again, as I said, and I did address this at the time on a live stream on this channel, so you can go back and check it out. And yeah, and I'm not literally. If I've got a problem with someone, as I said, I go direct to the person. And the only way at the time I could go directly to him and address him was via his channel. It wasn't hate. It was literally saying, "I've been told just now, this is 2 hours before I've got to go live for a fucking Watchalong, by the way, on my channel." So my mood has gone from a high to a low. So in that sense, that hacked me off at the time, because I was buzzing for the game. Because along with the guys that I had lined up for the channel and all that, for that watch along on my channel, But the only way I could address this person was via their channel. So I've gone up and politely asked, why on earth are you saying, without any evidence? And he did, at the time, he had no evidence. It was all hearsay. He still has no evidence anyway. And as I said, what he made up, you could tell he grabbed it from someone else. You could literally see where he put my name underneath it. You could see the actual, the genuine person's fucking name underneath it. And I just pissed myself laughing. But yeah, but basically I was being accused of being bang out of order. I just couldn't be asked of it. So I literally did a stream because it got to a point where it was affecting my mental health. I'll be honest. And I told the people that was coming at me, had me, because then they were regulars on my channel, and one of them, a couple of them were mods as well. And obviously you don't see or hear them anymore on my channel. They've gone and they obviously between now and then they've gone and run off to other channels to suck them off, knowing that I watch and think it's going to aggravate. It doesn't aggravate. And also, every now and then they come up and dislike the channel. I don't care. Again, it helps my channel out. Likes or dislikes, it helps the channel out. The irony behind their stupidity is baffling. But yeah, I was being accused of basically having multiple accounts to then send dislikes to his and other people's channels, and that's like, I have a life. I'm fucking 31. I'm not fucking 12 like this, and that's the ironic thing. I mean, it just hacked me off, and every time someone brings it up, it does stir a bit. But yeah, it's affecting my mental health basically, and it got to a point where I'm literally non-stop getting abuse from these people. So I went live. I set up a stream up and went live, and I addressed it there and then. Ironically, it's gone quiet since then with certain people. Certain people have disappeared and doing their thing. Let's leave them to it. I'll leave them to it. I'm doing my thing. I'm happy doing my thing as well. Because again, I will, and also, I will, because you've mentioned here as well, Liam. Big up Liam as well. Says 3K subs by the end of the year. Do you think? I hope so. I really do. Because this is the thing. I don't want. I know this since what went off at the time has went off. My sense of the rate of subs I was getting has sort of calmed down, but it's down. Also, that was down to at the time me becoming actually genuinely ill for a couple of weeks or so, and having to take a bit of time off myself from the channel and having other people take over. A watch along here and this, that, and the other, and not providing enough content at the time. That's the reason that the recommendation from YouTube and not get myself out there more. That's why things came down. So I'm having to start that up again, and I will get back to getting to that level, pumping the content non-stop, that on a daily basis. And yeah, I do hope at very least to hit 3K by the end of the year. I don't see why I can't. Also, big up Joe in the chat as well. If you haven't already, go to subscribe to Joel's channel here in the chat. It's literally, that is the channel's name there. Go and check it out. It's a boxing channel. If you're a boxing fan of any division, basically, that's the channel to go to. Basically, in my opinion, newly developed channel as well. Basically, him and Enda, another friend of the channel and friend of mine and others. They do well, Joel actually does interviews with professional boxers, and literally he's rocking his fucking, literally every day he's doing 2-3 interviews a day, and then he's either recording it and uploading it or doing it live. It's literally, and fair play to him. And also when it comes to fight nights, when there's actual boxing fights on, he does watch-alongs to that as well. He does boxing watch-alongs. He goes through all the undercards all the way up to the main event. Yeah, and yeah, I was watching it last night. It was really, really good. It actually had a laugh as well. We actually did have a laugh with obviously me and a few others in the chat, him, and then a bit of a back and forth. So a lot of banter. Up for banter, you like boxing, that's the place to go to, in my opinion, anyway. You're more than welcome on my channel any day, mate. And a kind of decent individual here for you, mate. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. As for anyone that knows, Joel has been on this channel before, but recently he's had to take time away from this channel and help like coming on doing the Watchalongs or whatever, because he's literally just booked up back to back with either interviews or Watchalongs. I think next week, I think there's boxing next week on Saturday, and I think because of Arsenal's kickoff, I don't think Joel will be able to make that one either. So. Oh dear! But as I said, it's literally like I've said to him. There's gonna be enough games between now and the end of the season to sort where he can make an appearance here, and obviously if he wants me to come on, he only has to ask as well. But yeah, and Liam, if you're still there, by the way, yeah. 1-0. There you go. Has it been given? Because it's been given. Harry Kane 1-0. Eventually, we got through that. I'll be back soon. My fucking hair. Jesus, what was left in anyway after the fucking debt with the dentist done to me this week and on Saturday, Friday. Fucking hell. And yes, that's a threat. Of course it is. If anything, being the retro film extravagant that you are, you sort of have put the soon. We said I'll be back soon. You sort of took the soon out, left the soon out. As I said, it's just had I will be back or I'll be back. If you're old enough to know, you know. Oh dear. Jesus. But yeah, Liam, if you're still there, do subscribe to the channel, by the way, and do spread the word, and obviously spread the word and all that, and do smash that like button as well. But yeah, I'm not back to the original question. Yeah, never sent any hate. Not my thing. It's not my style. But if I have an issue with someone, I'll go straight direct to the source. People didn't like it, but I do. I weren't threatening. I didn't. Initially, I was being branded as threatening. I wasn't. I was literally asking, why you made up this lie? And basically, at the end of it, I wanted an apology, not just there and then, but publicly, and to tell everyone else that he's been fucking mouthing off rubbish to admit that he'd been lying, basically. I don't know if he has done since. I doubt it, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I literally amongst all that did see that post. As I said, part of the reason why I did that live stream was because I did address it as well. He put, because I'm still subscribed to his channel. No, I'm not. After all of it, but at that time I was, and it was like, and that post came up on my on the homepage of YouTube on my phone, and I was like, hang on, okay. And yeah, he's again accusing me of no evidence of having multiple channels, multiple what's names accounts, basically. Again, I reiterate every time I say this, I have the one account for this channel. But yeah, getting accused of fucking having multiple accounts and sending dislikes to his channel out of spite, like, fucking hell, again, I'm 31. I've more important things in life and better things to do. Even in a fucking national lockdown. Harry Kane almost a second there. Hit the cross, came off on the volley. Cross comes in. He out of nowhere comes into the box on the volley, hits the crossbar and bounces basically away from goal. Copyright. Technically not. Technically, if you put that, obviously because you've written it, it's not copyright. If if you was hearing you're impersonating maybe because it's Universal or whoever fucking runs that side of owns that property now. Maybe so. But you say that as all, you're also saying that, but also you've referenced Charlie's Angels on the channel before. I've still got it at 0-0 as well. Yeah, I forgot to change that. Yeah. So you get distracted. I do get distracted on that subject and go off into a tangent whilst the goals are happening and telling the goals happened. Oh dear. Big up Red Cannon, by the way, in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well, mate, and doing well on your channel. Oh dear. There's another channel to look at, to go and look out for and subscribe to, by the way. This channel does his own watch-alongs, and it's a lot different to any fucking watch-along. The effort he puts into it and all that, because this guy, he has his own like setup and everything. And literally, there's a goal. He has the fucking techno lights going off and this, that, and the other. Oh, it's actually really good. And obviously, there's a VAR where he has a thing coming across saying what it's really, really good. He does that. That's pretty much what he started doing what I'm doing on my channel, the highlights thing. So after every watch on I do, whenever he puts it, as soon as he puts it up, it comes up on my notifications. I'm straight in there and watching it. And it's literally just him, a camera and a mic, and obviously him watching the game and showing his passion for the club in that moment, no matter what the result. But there you go. It's now on there as 1-0. Cool. So I've just been notified by Daniel, who's a Man United fan coming on tonight. He can only do the first half hour, which is fine. We'll cover his team first and go from there. Basically, we'll start off with these teams. So then, yeah, fair's fair. Then we can concentrate on everything else, all things Newcastle, Everton, and Arsenal, Premier League in general. Be a laugh. I think his rows will be outnumbered. I did that again. In my defence, I did invite multiple fans that I know from, not just one of each. It was a multiple of the same team. There was another Everton channel that follows me, and I follow them, and I'm subscribed to them, and I think they're subscribed to me as well. It's half time, by the way. Which was just gone for half time, 1-0 England. But that channel and that person couldn't make it, so literally, just in terms of the Everton fans, he was the only one that was available, and there was others that were hoping to make it, but they've got work commitments as well. So it's just like, but it's still gonna be a good show anyway later on. Liam Roberts, he's still there in the chat, by the way. So give me a thumbs up, so I know. Because I'm assuming by your obviously original comment, you're a sub to the channel or a friend of his, or someone associated to him and that channel. No problem. But yeah, it is what it is. Actually helped pass the time actually, because the game was pissing me off, to be honest. So. Don't forget, guys, to smash that like button as well. Absolutely obliterate, because the more likes at a consistent level we do get, it does, again, like I always say, it does help get into the algorithm of YouTube and get the channel recommended a lot more and out there, so we can look more new faces and, again, new regulars as well to the channel. And we have a bigger football family, basically Arsenal family, football family, whatever way you look at it. growing on this channel. That's the whole point of it, really, for me. Big up Adam. Adam just joined us in the chat. Spain are losing to Georgia. Really? Bloody hell. What's that, 1-0 then? I'm going to check that now, actually. Go on the old app. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's better. Oh, France won 2-0 away to Kazakhstan. Armenia versus Iceland is 0-0. Denmark winning 5-0 against Moldova. Yeah, Georgia winning 1-0 against Spain. Bloody hell. Look at this Spain team once there. Usually just before half time as well, that goal went in. Right, Spain team, there we go. What is he playing at? You got Eunice Simeon in goal, Eric Garcia, Diego Llorente, Pedro Porro, Jordi Alba, Ferran Torres, Man City, Fabian Ruiz, Brian Huell, Pedri, Sergio Busquets, and Morata as a starting 11 for Spain. That's crap, to be honest. What is he playing at? One second, so I've got something to fight. One sec. Oh dear, sorry. Yeah. No, in terms of the actual England game, Steve's asking what my thoughts of the game so far. Obviously, it's 1-0 half time. I'm just frustrated because, again, it's for most of that game, England have had that first half. We've had all the ball, but haven't, apart from once or twice, maybe 3 times at a push, they ain't doing anything with the ball. They're just passing it backwards, sideways. It's literally like watching Arsenal at times. Backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways. Well, we'll go attack, but we'll go backwards again. Then sideways and backwards. It's just, what the fuck? Just attack, for fuck's sake. And this is what I mean under Southgate. Why our the talent we have, especially in the attacking sense, is going to waste. This generation of talent we've got at our disposal is going massively to waste under Southgate. He hasn't got a clue. He's playing 2 CDMs, defensive midfield players, basically, in a game away against Albania. Not even against France or Belgium or something like that, or Portugal. No disrespect to Albania, but we're showing with the players we've got we can kill this game off if we want to. We're just not doing anything. And again, this is another reason why I didn't want to do. I ended up not doing the Watchalong on Thursday for the San Marino game. Because that's what I'm saying, San Marino, and it's not. But you know what I'm saying? Because I knew we'd have all the ball, we had the odd chance here and there, and we would absolutely comfortably win it in the end. So it was nothing. It was just going to be a routine 5-0, 6-0, whatever win, which it was. And what pissed me off watching it back on Friday, because I didn't watch the game, because I literally, as I said, I did my own thing, but I watched it back for the sake of it on Friday to kill some time after I had me out, the old tooth out. And yeah, you got the fucking the commentator, the new ITV #1 commentator, which I can't stand, by the way. And I think it's Dixon. Is it Dixon? Yeah, I think it's Dixon. But it was me, the new #1 actual main commentator, was fucking singing England's praises because we'd had 30 attempts at goal. Not saying out of them 30 attempts how many were on target. There's very few. Out of 30 attempts, it's literally just over, I think, was it just over 10 or 11 on target. And I'm sorry, that is fucking abysmal, in my opinion. But this game itself, again, it's been extremely frustrating for me to watch as a fan, because we've got all this talent. We're having all the ball, but we ain't doing anything with it. We're either holding on to it too long, we're just giving it back to them. And there was a moment in the first, I think it was in the first 10 minutes, literally, at one point in the first 10 minutes, we had the ball, messing up, doing what we usually do, past this, that, and the other, lost it, and then we're completely exposed at the back. It was like 2-on-1. If it had been a bit more quality, a better quality opposition, that would have been 1-0 down. Yeah, that's the main point. Because for me, as an actual adult, I've never had actually enjoyed international football. Growing up in the teen years and all that, because of who was in charge of England at the time and how England were playing, and obviously or how we played as well. I actually enjoyed watching England back then. And even international football was like, okay, it's international football. Cool. You got your Gerrards, your Beckham, Scholes, Owens, da. But you're guaranteed to watch the football's decent, and the manager, for all the criticisms Ben Goenekson had as well, you didn't know what you're doing getting in the international breaks when we were qualifying for Euros or the World Cups and all that. But it was just obviously the main tournament where he'd fall short every time against fucking Portugal. You never learned against Portugal. That's the one gripe I have with Spain. Obviously, in terms of going back even further with England, growing up as a kid, and again enjoying watching England play, be it in the main tournaments or qualifiers. The Terry Venables, and he was England manager, sorry. And yet, since then, we've gone as a whole. The FA have fucked up every appointment since. Steve McClaren was a huge mistake. He clearly wasn't the first choice. The first choice was Philippe Scolari, who at the time was, rightly so, the most sought after manager, and would have been the right appointment in that sense, because he only a few years prior won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002. So he still had that, and Chelsea were after him. That's the thing. And Chelsea did get him eventually. And I know about 2 years later. 2 years later, Chelsea, and obviously by then his tactics were outdated and all that. But for them 2 years, that 2-year spell, we could have got something out. He could have got a tune out of his England squad. But that England squad at the time, sorry, better than what McLaren did anyway. But then for going from McLaren, and what we went from McLaren, he got sacked. I think was it Roy Hodgson after him. Again, made no sense, because with all due respect, out of the options available at that time, he was nowhere near the top two, top three in anyone's mindset to being a manager. Yet he got the job. And then from that, obviously, they pursued it. They kept on going with him no matter what. For a couple of tournaments, it didn't work out. The final straw was 2016. He didn't even sack him. His contract was at the end, so he decided he was quitting. He weren't going to renew his contract. And then obviously Sam Allardyce, from that, but then again, you can look at it both ways with Sam Allardyce, because obviously he did win his one. He was only in charge of one game. And obviously got found out for being dodgy and all that malarkey. Again, the thing is, Sam Allardyce and dodgy, the word dodgy, have come up so many times with him and his son as well. I think his son's an agent. Panorama exposed both of them, and yet they're at the time when it all came out, Bolton continued to hire him, and obviously he would go on to be the England manager for one game or whatever. But it would have been, if he hadn't been caught at this time when he was England manager, he would probably still be in charge now, to be honest. Would anything be different to what we're seeing now? Not really. Because again, it's just going. The FA are just going every time. We're going for the cheap option, cheap, cheerful, yes man option. The ones that will basically bend the knee, knowing it's in their heads they shouldn't be in that position, but are, and they're grateful for it. They will not kick up a fuss. Oh, Capello! Let's not forget Capello as well. The thing is, with Capello, when it was actually announced he was coming in, I thought, you know what? Maybe they've learnt their mistakes. He was in between, obviously, McLaren and Hodgson, so I got my mixed up there. At the first, I thought, okay, cool, they've learnt from McLaren, they've actually met them, and then obviously that all backfired, and he clearly passed it, and yeah, it all kicked off. And in his time, he had his own dramas within the FA in England. As soon as they realised that he weren't of the ilk of a yes man and he weren't going to bend the knee to him, they knew what they had to do, and they did it. And he quit. He gave them what they wanted. I'm trying to think now. Bloody hell! But even now, literally, when that all went off with Sam Allardyce, he got sacked after he should be in charge of one game. Best, by the way, literally the best win ratio for an England manager ever. Sam Allardyce, that's his thing now. 100% win ratio. He was a 1-0 win, I think, as well. Henderson scored, I think. But yeah, Southgate again. He didn't want the fucking England job. He was just, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Just the fixtures that fell at his feet were. There's no way he was going to fuck them up, basically. So it made it easy for the FA to go, yep, you're the New England manager. And then we fucking got off of the World Cup, just gone. Right, the most recent one. And he fucking. All due respect, we actually got a nice, easy group, got through that, absolutely fucking trounced them, basically, that group. And apart from Belgium, obviously. Belgium was the only threat to us, and they did beat us 1-0 in the group decided for first and second. But going into that game, everyone and their fucking sons and daughters knew the pathways of what would be an easier route to the final, semi-finals and final, etc. So you're going into that England-Belgium game, the first one in that World Cup. You knew what was going to happen, and it panned out that way. No one really wanted to win, to be honest. But they got a goal ahead, and that was it. We just went, okay, cool. We'll keep it 1-0. We'll defend. Well, it was 1-0 right in the fucking next round, but we're in the nice side of the draw. And then we struck an end, apart from Sweden, Southgate got fucking found out. But yet he's still in an England job. And he's been found out since numerous times. Whenever we play decent opposition, I think only twice we played decent opposition. It's against us. I think it was against Croatia at Wembley, the UEFA Nations League thing, to decide who goes to the final, semi-finals and finals in the summer. For the first one, obviously, and I'm trying to think now. Belgium, but it was their B team. I think Belgium one was literally a B team. I even said it as a B team. Don't get carried away. And the next one we played them was their fucking fully fledged team. In the next international break following, and it's a fully fledged team. They battered us. Whenever we come up against decent opposition, and imagine knows what they're doing off with that team, like their first team, Southgate gets found out. Even that World Cup semi-final, second half just kicked off, by the way. So I've upped this up quickly. But even that semi-final against Croatia, we're 1-0 up. He made tactical decisions that allowed Croatia back into the game. And the rest is history. But yeah, he's still in England job because he's man. Because he knows he shouldn't be there. Be the England manager. He hasn't done anything to merit. The thing is, this is the thing. For you to be your national team manager, especially in England, you've been in the English run. You, in your career, up till then, you would have had to have done something outstanding to get that job. But it's now gone back to getting yes men in, like it was with the likes of Graham Taylor and all that. Because you notice, I can't remember his name now. Oh my god, Clough, best English manager not to manage England, and because he weren't a yes man, and the FA at the time wanted yes men, and it's gone back that way. It's so obvious with the appointments they make, because they want people that they want to hire someone that knows they shouldn't be there, but they're appreciative of it. They won't kick up a fuss no matter what. They won't do a Capello or Spain and things like that. Or from an English perspective, a Clough situation. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah. But yeah, there's only a few more days. This time next week, Premier League football will be back. This time next week will either be, as Arsenal fans, on a bit of a high after getting the result against Liverpool, be a win or whatever, or in an absolute pissed off mood as it's just get concentrating in the local league sort of attitude fully. If we are to lose to Liverpool, it's going to be sort of that. That's going to be the attitude of Arsenal fans next week, basically. One of the two. Oh dear, back to fucking England, having all the ball and doing nothing with it. Yay! Oh, Sterling, go on. Oh, the touch, Sterling, man, come on! It wasn't a fucking ball that was going to cause. It wasn't a ball that came to you that was causing you problems. You've done it your own accord, you idiot. Literally feeding Englishmen around the Albania midfielder there, and he got out of that. He was allowed to get out of it. Oh, get rid of it, Harry. Oh my god! Why is Luke Shaw messing about the ball? Not Luke Shaw, fucking Walker, sorry. I'm switching around my head. But yeah, why is he messing about the ball? He's got fucking two attackers on top of him. This ain't Man City, for fuck's sake, Carl. Wake up. Oh dear. Oh, looking last on the ball. Sterling. So we can do this, and he loses it again. Now he gets back to Luke Shaw. You can sense my enthusiasm, by the way, about the England games. Oh my god. Yep, in the sidewalk backwards now, yay. And then Harry Kane's midfield, apparently. Of course he is, even though he's our striker, yeah. And Stone's doing this. Ugh. Right, so look. Phone. Yeah, all the subs have been made by Spain, by the way. So who's gone off? Llorente and Brian Hiller have gone off. Martinez and Olmo have gone on. But on the rest of the players on the bench, Brighton's goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, Thiago for Liverpool, De Gea, Marcos Llorente, Jose Gaya, Koke, Sergio Canales, Rodrigo, Sergio Ramos. Don't know what he's done. Yeah, they are. Denmark now winning 6-0, by the way. Just checking now, it's just come out 6-0. Fucking hell. Oh, look, is that the post? Or do I keep a save that? Just boot it off. Fucking hell. Ain't going anywhere otherwise, mate. England throw in. Let's see what they can do with this. Yeah, Cheddars. Yeah, big up Cheddars as well. But yeah, literally, Adam earlier on, literally at half time, came in and told us that. I was like, bloody hell. Literally just checked as well. What is Lewis Enrique doing there? That lineup, it stinks that he's gone with. He's had a couple of subs as well. The bench is weak as well for me. What they have at their disposal, Spain, but yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a long time before we see Spain competing again on the international stage. They got too cocky. When they had that 6-7 year dominance of the international stage, they got cocky. They weren't preparing themselves for the next generation. They weren't even preparing the next generation either. It's clear to see now. But yeah, hence why I'm saying that. Hence why I've never said what I've said about it's going to be a long time before you see them competing again. Well, you would have thought they would have not done what they've done and actually had the next generation ready for what comes next, basically. So what's happening to them now doesn't happen. Because after what they had for all the years of hurt they had to go through before they got back to that dominance. Not just dominance, it's the competing side of it. How long they had to go to get to win a major tournament on the international stage again, and making the same mistakes over and over again. Yeah, definitely. What Euro 2008, the World Cup in 2010 at South Africa. They'll get kicked off the pitch by Holland of all teams. Holland kicking the team off the pitch, fucking seriously. And then Euros in 2012. But yeah, arguably they were, and again the football was fucking scintillating as well. Actually enjoyed watching it from a neutral perspective, watching Spain in the tournaments, in the major tournaments, because the football was actually top-notch quality. It's entertaining to watch, even as a neutral. But no, as I say, they haven't learnt from what happened before in the past and all that, and they're repeating the same. They're repeating what they did, what's happened before, and basically we are going to go through a period now where Spain aren't going to compete, let alone dominate the international stage for a long time, because they fucked up on that side of things by not preparing them and not preparing the next generation to be and moulding them in, and sort of, especially in that 2012 European Championship, started moulding in certain players there that got to be like longevity players. It was just same old, and then come the next end following World Cup, it was an Asian squad. Pretty much most of that squad had been playing together from 2008. So 6 years. A very agent of an very old squad. A couple of youngsters here and there, but nothing to the level it should have been. There was no balance. Hence why they had that struggle in that World Cup. They went out straight away, and they've never recovered. And yeah, Luis Enrique had his personal issues off the pitch with his passing of his daughter, God bless the soul. I mean, he had to take time off, but he sort of came back, sacked his second in command because the second in command was asked to take over. And he, instead of saying that guy going, no, I got not out of respect to Louis, he actually did step up. He thought he was doing the right thing to sort of fill the boots until obviously Luis Enrique was ready to come back. Luis Enrique's come back and fucking told him to fuck off, saying he's a traitor, he's this, he's that, and yeah, I mean, and we're seeing that. I've seen the squad today, and I'm just like, no wonder they're losing. That looks very average for Spain, because of how dominant they were. any team at the moment going to look average compared to what we were used to for the mid noughties, early tens, early teens of the 2000s, basically, the late 2000s, early teens. Players coming on with this baseball, I don't know, some sort of helmet anyway. Big up, Melvin. The pod is at 7, so literally 7 o'clock here in the UK time, basically. So yeah, literally, as soon as the final whistle goes here, I'm going to wrap up, come out, get in the other stream's already set up, by the way. Go into that, send you guys the link over on Twitter. And yeah, also Melvin, if your boy is available as well, and he wants to come on, let me know, and I'll send it, and I'll send you the link to send him as well, if he wants to come on. And he's available, but yeah, 7 o'clock. So yeah, literally, as soon as it goes full time, end it. Go into that studio. Send you the guys the link. Get you all in. We go live, and yeah, I think it'll be a laugh anyway. Oh dear. You can also, I'm saying that over the argue. In terms of European team, to back to your comment before, you could also say, in terms of European national team, they are in history, because we've seen it, the best European national team in the world ever. What the hell is Spain up to? No idea. They will probably come back, but I don't know. Seeing that team sort of puts doubts in my. It just looks very weak. I don't know about you, Brown, because obviously Brownie, you're more in tune with the Spanish side of things. Does that team put faith that would that put faith in you if you were a fully fledged Spaniard to say, oh, we're losing, but you know what, we'll come. This team's going to have to come back. For me, it doesn't. Luis Enrique's made some bizarre changes as well. I mean, why the hell is De Gea on the bench or the Brighton goalkeeper on the bench? So it doesn't make it doesn't make sense. Why is Ramos on the bench as well? And you're part of the VB, you do need some of your experienced players that have been there, done it, worn the t-shirt. He's coming to the end of his career now, Sergio Ramos. So you do sort of need to lean on his experience now before it's too late. 1-1. There you go. There you go. You're back in the game. Don't bottle it this time, though. And Melvin saying, thanks to Rome's on the transfer exchange at 8 p.m. Okay, that's cool. No worries. As I said, we're sort of saying out. There's plenty of podcasts coming and watchalongs and all that we'll be doing on the channel anyway. He's more than welcome to come on with you or just on his own, whatever. If that made any sense, because that gibberish just come out of my mouth. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Melvin. From 2008, that year 2008 up till I'm trying to think now, 2014, they were the team. They were the team to beat. They were the number one team, rightfully so. But they played scintillating football, fantastic football, almost Arsenal-esque in one sense, if not better. But it was literally, it was. They were just so consistent up to that 2014 World Cup, and in that, I don't know why it was, but they just didn't turn up for that World Cup in 2014. I think they got too cocky, and as I said, they got too cocky, and it's fallen apart ever since. I mean, recently we've seen Holland go through that as well. Since that 2010 World Cup, they've had a bit of a struggle qualifying for tournaments, and then Koeman took over. It did seem like Holland was getting back to that that stage where they were going to be a force again and play some good again. good footballer we associate Holland with and all that. But he's now gone. They've hired Frank de Boer, and they've gone backwards. Holland have literally gone back to what they were before Koeman came in. So this is, you're like that. Cool, that's good. That's good to know, mate. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, he's always more than welcome to be at a podcast, Watchalong, whatever suits his schedule, because I know, as he said, he's on another channel as well most of the time. Oh, go on, 2. There you go. Mason Mount, 2-0 England. A bit of a screw up defensively from Albania, but you know what? Got to take them chances. You've got to take these chances, and Mason Mount's took it. Yeah, Albania's defence fell asleep. I mean, Harry Kane did get a bit lucky at the fucking number 18 again. Albania's number 18 didn't get a foot. If he timed that perfectly, that goal doesn't happen. But yeah, he got a bit lucky there, Harry Kane, with the assist. But Mount actually taking a chance, took a touch, and then bang. There we go. Really saying he's vesting them. But why vest them against? I mean, I know these are the qualifiers, it's only the early knock-ins, but you want to get an early foot in and mount a sort of foundation, basically, where you know you can afford to fuck up down the line, because you can fuck up now, it could come back and cost them later on down the line. Even if they put the challenge in, they put the foundations in later down the line, these fuck ups could fuck them up in the end. We've seen that. We've seen with Republic of Ireland. I mean, they hired the wrong manager and all that crap. They haven't got the players as well, but they are struggling. They're going through their own transition there in Republic of Ireland. I mean, was it 2 or was it 2? Even was it? They lost 3-2 against Serbia on Wednesday or Thursday when they played them. Wednesday, sorry. And then lost last night against Luxembourg at home. They lost to Luxembourg. And it's all about, again, as I say, it's all about having a really good early start to the campaign. That's qualified, but really good start to the qualifying stages. You get as many points together as possible. Try and get maximum points in the first 3 or 4 games, so it gives you a bit of breathing space in that middle to late stage of the campaign. I mean, just for example, just look at England when McLaren took over from Sven-Göran Eriksson in 2006. What happened there justifies what I'm saying, because he literally, early stages of the Euros, I think it was a draw the first game. I think it was 1-1 or 0-0. I can't remember now. That long ago. And the second game was against Croatia. Apart from Croatia in that group, all the other teams were teams who should be beaten comfortably, this, that, and the other. We struggled. We were dropping, as I said, we dropped points in the first game. We then go away to Croatia and lose there. Even though we were heavily favoured, they still were the only challenge to us in that group, under Slaven Bilic as well. And yeah, it all came. By the time McLaren and the team got it together and started put that run of games and mounted that amount of points up and put that sort of form together, it was too late, because everything was put onto that last game, as we all know, get the home to Croatia of all teams. It was a must win. We had to win to qualify. he stupidly was making changes that made no sense for that game as well, dropping big players as well for second stringers. It made no sense, and we didn't qualify. We lost 3. I think we lost that game itself 3-2. But if we hadn't dropped them initial 4 points out of the first 6. And that first that first international break, back then it was only 2 games being played during the international break. The fuck was that? Seriously? Then we don't have to rely on that last game. That last game is literally just basically a glorified friendly, even though it's up for points, but it would have been a glorified friendly. The result wouldn't have meant anything. We would have already qualified, but no. Oh dear. What have we got? Oh dear. Wait. Looks like Walker's about to be booked for a foul. Oh, the idiot. What a fucking pleb. Tried his flash and he backfired, so he's unstudded his fucking ankle, basically. Fucking idiot. Oh. I've just seen your comment in the chat, but I've got to go on my phone, and because certain comments for some reason get had to be approved, and if I've got no mods in the chat, I have to then come in and do it myself. So I just approved it, but I'll read it out because I have it come up on my screen now on here. But yeah, you're saying Luis Enrique is a traitor to his homeland anyway. Put a bus man and proves it. Yeah, you got a point. I mean, this is the thing. For me personally, I've never personally voted Luis Enrique anyway. So, as in, when he took over, everyone's praising him for what he did at Barcelona. In one sense, you're right, it's so because it was a good achievement. What he did there was good, but look at the players that he had at his time. That all-conquering swashbuckling Barcelona squad that was then hadn't quite peaked. He'd come in just at the right time, basically. But all pressure's about to come on for England. But yeah, he came into the Barca job at the time, basically spot on, just before things has got out of control at Barca, as we've seen the last couple of years. But for me, again, and this sort of proves it, that it's not really good enough, really. I mean, I know we're not exactly in a fantastic position, but for me, he's just another. In terms of his style of play, he wants to be this sort of Arsene Wenger-esque, basically. It's sort of, and we also, as in, when I say Arsene Wenger-esque, not of the early years of Arsene Wenger, early mid time of Arsene Wenger. It was as in what we were seeing at the end of Wenger's time. And it's all well and good doing it when you've got the best players in the world at your disposal. But coming to the Premier League with a team like Arsenal, we haven't got that sort of. Well, we didn't have that, basically, bar a couple of players here or there, if you could say that. So you could argue he could put us in a worse position. Nothing really would have changed, really. It would have been literally just the Spanish version of Arsene Wenger coming to Arsenal, at Arsenal, basically, if he'd come in after Wenger. Because he was heavily linked at one point, the likes of Guillem Balaguer, basically reporting that basically it was an all but done deal. Salary had been agreed, this, that, and the other. He wanted control over the transfer. They agreed to fix everything, all that, and this, that, and the other. And then at the last minute, he decided, maybe not. Because I don't think who was it? It was Ivan Gazidis in charge. Ivan Gazidis messing about and stalling. Instead of just announcing it, he was stalling for some bizarre reason. But yeah. Sterling, you're giving a nightmare today. Yeah. Is Kane about to be booked? Yep, Kane's getting booked by the looks of it. Yep. Right, go back into the chat. Luis Enrique used to play for Real Madrid before Barcelona. Yeah, I know. And because of that, Spain has never taken to a Spanish manager. Yeah. The thing is, I don't get why they had to go, why they went back to him. Because after him, they hired the guy that went I can't remember his name now, but he then fucked over Spain for the Madrid job. And then Luis Enrique's second-hand assistant manager basically at the time was called in to take over. They weren't doing bad. But yeah. It is what it is. Leave to it. Bang, bloody hell. Oh, go on, England, go on. Oh my God, James. Oh my God. Literally a 2-on-1 Ward-Prowse and Sterling basically against one defender. All he had to do was literally that cold aerial through ball to Sterling. As long as Sterling didn't fuck the first touch up, it literally could have been a 3-0. But he sort of hacked it, kind of. It was weird. Not what you usually get from James Ward-Prowse anyway. I think it's all the subs done anyway. Got 74, so about 16 minutes plus injury time to go. So I'll get 10 minutes of peace at least for the podcast tonight. Yay! Oh dear. Big up the people who've been watching, the people coming in and all that, and be it on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. As I said earlier, do come over to YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, come over to YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Do share the content around. And again, if you want to talk about anything, be it England game or football in general or Arsenal, whatever, put it in the comments and I'll bring it up and I'll answer it. Yeah, back to the straw. Ow. Oh dear, come on. That was only 2-0. Oh, ball's in from Albania, got cleared though. We've literally got every man behind the ball, by the way. Albania have currently got the ball, and we've literally got every man in the defensive half. Southgate football for you. Need to my ibuprofen before I go live for the next one because it's like to wear off the last knot. Yay. Oh, my day. Sorry about the point. Oh dear, can't have volume up either because fucking ITV or UEFA or whatever come at me for copyright. Having a bit of fucking sound on. Banging on the ball. We're actually letting Albania attack us now. Boy, oh my God, communicate, you two. Fucking Pope and I think that was Maguire. Not communicate. Weren't communicating. The balls come in. Because they didn't communicate, there's been a bit of a clash between Maguire's head and Pope's elbow, basically. And Maguire's now having to take a breather because of the whack to the head and all that. Oh, corner Albania. It's getting to a point where I guarantee if I watch this back at this point, you'll hear my clock in the background now, ticking away. How dead this game is. Only 4 corners. This is their first corner in 77 minutes. Bloody hell. That sums the game up. We've had how much of what to this point we've had. Poor touch from the Albania defender. Got rid of it. Got lucky there, England. Enemy attack. And then Sterling didn't even make the run. Shane. He's in the chat. Big up, Shane. Oh dear. Saying hi, Run. The English squad is brilliant. What do you think the strongest 11 is? Southgate is probably the weakest link, really. Southgate is the weakest link. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Can he get them to click? He can't, no. Because of who he is. Because of what sort of manager or coach, whatever you call it, he is. He can't because he hasn't got that mentality. He hasn't got that attitude. Hasn't got that brain to do that. And this is where, whilst the FA keep going for yes men, that for English managers that don't merit being an England manager, basically, because they haven't done anything to get their job. I mean, Southgate, literally, in terms of a manager's role at this sort of level, not at an international level, but as in a high level, he hasn't had a job. He didn't have a job of this ilk. He had the under-21s for a few years, but that's nothing compared to this sort of level. No disrespect to it. So, taking down the under-21s job he had at the time, at the equation briefly here, he hadn't had a job since he got sacked at Middlesbrough. No one else has hired him since then, until the FA did of this. What does that tell you about him as a manager and his mindset? But as I said, until the FA get this arrogance out of their head, they've got to hire someone that bends to their fucking every need and won't stand up to them. Basically, until the FA put the English national team first itself and hire the right man for the job, be it English or foreign manager, we're going to have this sort of thing where we have this generational talents at our disposal, and it's going to go to waste massively because the man that's been given the job to manage or coach or whatever doesn't have a clue what he's doing. As I referred back to earlier, we're in the World Cup semi-final, we're 1-0 up, and it's Foden's just. And by the way, Foden's just gone off. By the way, for Jesse Lingard in terms of subs, we're 1-0 up. Go back to that last World Cup, 1-0 up in the semi-final, and it's his tactics that he decided to change halfway through the first half that allowed Fraser to work himself back into the game. Because up to that moment, we were all over him. But him changing what he changed in that first half and doing what he did, for no reason, by the way, allow Croatia back in the game, and then instead of going back to it, so we grab the game back and dictate it back to our own tempo, etc. He says that he allowed it to play out the way it did in the end. He didn't change it back. He just allowed it to stay as it was. This is what I say. Literally, every time he comes up against the better teams in the world, the Croatians, Belgians, or any decent opposition, basically, decent quality players, basically, top quality players at their disposal in their first team, or in Belgium's case, when we faced their first 11, their best of the best Belgian team, we always lose. We've only beaten Belgium once, and that was our first team against their B team. And everyone got overhyped over that side. I mean, Holland under Holland in the the Nations League crap. We were part of the final four. I think it was Holland, and we literally just didn't even bother showing up basically for any of the games, either two games, the semi-final itself or the playoff. Just on set to go to DM from John. One of the guys coming on later in a minute. But yeah, South Africa hasn't got a clue, but the thing is, there is better and bigger English and non-English managers out there that could unlock this squad and get the full potential out. And actually, you know what? Give me hope, and not just myself, the rest of this country hope and belief that we can compete and possibly win a European Championship or compete at a World Cup or win a World Cup. But until the FA get their head out their arse and stop hiring yes men, put their own ego to the side, things ain't going to change. And this talent's going to all the time. Every time we get a bit of have a decent talent at our disposal, it's always going to go to waste. 19 p.m. tonight. But yeah, best 11 wise though. I wouldn't have Pickford personally as goalkeeper, but then goalkeeper wise not really much to choose from. But I'd probably stick with Pope really, but wouldn't have Pickford just because, again, out of the English goalkeepers we've got at the moment, he's not the best. He is not the best of the best. Let's be honest. He makes mistakes. He's prone to errors. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pope does make mistakes and errors at Burnley, but come on, not to the level of this. But, that's a better goalkeeper than most of all the goalkeepers, apart from obviously Johnston, that's been included in this squad. I'd have as number one. Right back, I'd have Trippier at right back, not Walker. Defensive pairing, John Stones and either Cody or Tyrone Mings. Left back at the moment, based on the form of him in this season, his performances this season for club and country, it'd have to be Luke Shaw at left back. Then I'd have a pivot of Declan Rice alongside, so that you got that defensive-minded player there, like we have at Arsenal Partey, and then next to him have that sort of attack mind, get the ball and go forward instead. So you can still sort of link up the play with the rest of the midfield and the attack. I'm trying to think now. I'd have. I'm trying to think. I'll come back to that in a minute. But I'd have then Grealish in the sort of camp, sort of the number 10 role, if you will, sort of create the cam role, either side to side. Sterling on one wing, Kane down the middle because it is what it is, and Mount on the other wing. But going back to that other position, that part of that pivot, I think now Henderson actually, because he does do, even though he would be that again, as I said, he would play the role of being the link between the defence and the midfield, basically, but still allow Declan to do most of the defensive work. He can still sort of run forward, be that link up play, but the link between the backside of it all, and the attack. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh dear, right, and we got a few minutes left anyway. 2-0. It looks like it's going to finish 2-0 anyway. So it's 6 points out of 6 in this World Cup qualifying so far. Got Poland next. I think Poland and friendly was it in the actual qualifiers. Poland actually in our group. That is bizarre. If that's the case, let's have a look at scores. As it's Denmark winning 7-0 against Moldova, by the way. Iceland are losing 2-0 against Albania. Who's in goal? I wonder if what's name's in Renarson's in goal. No, Renarson's not in goal. He's not even on the bench. Renarson is on the bench though, but he's not playing. They're losing 2-0 to Albania. Is Henrik still playing for them actually? Doesn't look like it. Back. Obviously winning 2-0. Spain still 1-1 against Georgia. And all their games play on later. Madison do it. Yeah, Madison, that was who I was thinking. I couldn't think of his name, bloody hell. That's why then Henderson came. Madison, yeah. But again, Will fucking Southgate wouldn't do that. But yeah, Madison, that was fucking completely for his name was new, but now so I just went Henderson. But the thing is, even though Henderson's more of a solid defence, he's not like CDM, but he does do the graft. He does do the grafting in midfield basically. But he can also do not as good as Madison obviously, but he can also link up between midfield and the attack. But yeah, Madison, I'd have obviously Madison in the team all day long. Madison and Grealish, I'll say Madison being part of the pivot, Grealish in the cam role, if you will. And having players like Ward-Prowse on the bench to come off for like subs and all that. Oh, we're on the attack. Go on. Deflection corner. 4 minutes injury time. Just gone up. Just entered 4 minutes of injury time. Harry Kane just dildled on the ball, had a shot, deflected, now gone out for a corner. Two deflections. You know, I saw one, I didn't see two. Oh dear. Here we go. Corner. And he just takes out the defender basically. Free kick Albania. Oh dear. Oh, do you need a shave at some point? Yeah. I can't do anything because this is going to be a pain in the arse, basically. And so basically, I'm going to have to shave later on tonight when it actually pain relief kicks in. the next, not this dosage, the next one afterwards. So it'll be a late night show. Yeah. So I literally don't have time. I literally trying this finishes and get the next stream. I don't have time to. It does take fucking long. Because I like a proper clean shave. I don't like leaving like even a minuscule a stray bit of hair behind. I'm like, no. Oh dear. All right, free kick Albania, we go. That was piss poor. That was straight into the hands of Pope. Looking in the chat, literally in the next, literally as this game finishes, in the next couple of minutes, I'll be literally full time, wrap up quickly, come off, and literally 7 o'clock UK time, so literally in under 10 minutes, I'm back again with myself, Melvin, John and Paul, Newcastle fans, Daniel's a Man United fan, and I've got Rose as well, who's an Everton fan. I'm going to come on, do another stream. It's going to be a bit of Arsenal talk, but also Premier League as well, and their respective clubs, and giving us their perspective on Arsenal this season so far, and how they think our season's going to end, and vice versa for them. Well, they'll talk about their team and this, that, and the other. But yeah, Daniel's going to be on for half an hour, so I'll probably get his team out of the way first before we touch on Arsenal. Oh, there's a fuck up. I think it was Pope that made the fuck up as well. Fred's gone up for offside in the end. Yeah, 7 p.m. UK time. Literally, by the time this finishes, 10 minutes after it. I mean, not even 10 minutes from ending the stream. I'll be back up basically on it for a full-on podcast. Well, so then after it's finished on here, I'll finish on here later on with that podcast. I'll then have to go out my way, download the audio, go onto Anchor, upload it onto that. And then they will then spread it out amongst all the respective podcast apps and pages and all that currently can be found on. Oh, that free. Oh, he fucked up standing again. So that'll be like Apple, Google, Spotify. And there's a few others that my podcast is now able to be on as well, the audio side of it. So if you do miss it, if you don't miss it, even if you haven't missed it, you want to listen to it back, you can via them respective apps, etc. But yeah, full time, which was just gone. So England have finished the game 2-0, 2 wins out of 2, 6 points, no goals conceded. That's 7 goals got scored as well. But again, frustrating that again, with all the possession we have, the score should have been a lot higher, but it is what it is. Sterling very wasteful tonight. But yeah, so I'm literally going to go now, go into the other studio, set all that up, send a link to them, get them all in, go live. So literally, I'll see you in 10 minutes, guys. If you're new to the channel, you like these sort of watch-alongs and the podcast that I'm going to be doing in about 10 minutes' time, and all the bits and pieces that I do on this channel. Do hit the subscribe button. Do share the content, and do smash the like button as well. As I've been saying about the whole stream, because it does help me get into the algorithm of YouTube channel-wise, and for YouTube to recommend me a lot more broader spectrum of YouTube with other people that come along, see it, check a few things out, subscribe, new faces, new regulars, build family up even faster. And that, yeah. So yeah, I will see you in literally 10 minutes, guys. And until then, as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners!